Is on.
Now I gotta go and see if it started on YouTube because for some reason mine always starts automatically on YouTube.
Yep. Live
Yep.
now, it says.
Yep, we are live. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of This Week Unloaded. Tonight with us so far, we have Mr. Jason Stewart. How are you, Jason?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Thanks for the invite. It's always good to talk to y'all.
Yeah, not a problem. Thanks for jumping in. And next we have Mr. Gizzard Gary, all the way from Kansas. How are you today, Gary?
Pretty darn good. Thanks for the invite, man.
Yeah, no problem. And finally, to this point, we have the kingpin himself, Mr. David Bowen. How are you tonight?
All right, what's happening, y'all?
Yeah, not much. So, have you guys happened to see the latest development in the whole AOC and her abuela in Puerto Rico? What's the latest in that drama?
You know I have, so.
I knew about it, whatever happened 3 or 4 days ago.
Okay, yeah, there was a story that came out 2 days ago. Let me screen share this here. This is from the Washington Times. AOC abuela story blaming Trump for hurricane woes shot down by ant. We had the assistance. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's story about her abuela, for those that don't know, means grandmother in Spanish, suffering in Puerto Rico due to former President Trump, appears to have been shot down by her aunt. The UK Daily Mail visited abuela Khalidide. I know how I can spell it. I can pronounce this. I can pronounce Spanish words. I just can't freaking get my mind around it right now. Anyway, Rivera's home this week. Huh?
Go full screen.
Oh, damn it. See, StreamYard would have automatically done that. There you go. Is that better?
Yeah.
All right. So now I gotta find that tab again. There it is. Where was I? Yeah, it was the UK Daily Mail visited abuela Claudilde Rivera's home this week and was able to speak with a woman at the residence who claimed to be the New York Democrats' aunt. Assertion that Mr. Trump's administration denied Hurricane Maria relief and is therefore responsible for an unrepaired home were challenged by the Puerto Rican relative. I'm her aunt, she told the website, while declining to share her full name. We don't speak for the community. It's a problem here in Puerto Rico with the administration and the distribution of help. It is not a problem with Washington. We had the assistance and it didn't get to the people. Ms. Ocasio-Cortez has previously asserted in a June 2nd tweet that her grandmother and others were forced to flee ancestral homes due to Mr. Trump's handling of the hurricane. Just over a week ago, my abuela fell ill, the Democrat tweeted. I went to Puerto Rico to see her. My first time in a year plus because of COVID. This is her home. Hurricane Maria relief hasn't arrived. Trump blocked relief money for Puerto Rico. A subsequent GoFundMe campaign started by conservative writer Matt Walsh of the Daily Wire, which raised over $100,000, was rejected by Ms. Ocasio-Cortez's relatives. The website asked if it could speak with Ms. Rivera about her New York relative's commentary and was told she's not talking to anybody about the story. And basically it goes on and says the same stuff, or doesn't anyway. Shows pictures, just pictures of what her grandmother's house looks like right now. But, yeah. So, once again, AOC is caught lying. Is anybody here shocked?
The problem with it is not that she got caught lying, it's that she's really, really bad at it because we knew all this last 2 years ago, 3 years, like 5 seconds after the hurricane hit Puerto Rico. Donald Trump said there's 3 or 4 warehouses full of stuff right there. I just signed off on it. I just dropped it off myself. And they're like, no, we didn't get any relief. No, right there's the stuff. So we already knew right away that the Puerto Rican government was doing fraudulent stuff. So her handlers should get her to lie Like, get her some better lies.
Yeah. Yeah. You would think as a bartender, she would have the lying down pat by now. I mean, bartenders lie to people all the time, right?
Oh, come on, Rich. You know she was a terrible bartender.
Hey, she rode being a bartender all the way to the U.S. House of Representatives, man. Come on. Being facetious, so don't go crazy.
Maybe she was just relegated to the open the beers and pour the beers for people bartender.
No,
Yeah,
she
so-
was the dancing on the bar bartender.
She wasn't no Coyote Ugly, man. She was beer girl. All she knows is light and regular.
Oh no, there's actual pictures of her dancing on the bar. She was the one that. So yeah, she was the dancing on the bar bartender.
I drink to that. Good evening, Squib.
There's Squibby.
Hey, yeah, getting to this mute button on the phone is not always so user friendly. Sometimes it'll minimize, and then I've got to open the screen back up and try to hit it again. Sometimes I got to hit it 2 or 3 times to unmute. Night Strike, you might want to work on that. You know, the chamber doesn't overheat and shut down like StreamYard does, so that's a plus. But can we move the mute button somewhere else? Don't put it next to the hang up button because that'll really screw up Patriot. But maybe move the mute button a little bit because on the edge of the screen, it'll cause the screen to minimize.
He really doesn't have any control for that because he didn't actually build the program. He just uses it.
Hey, I can blame him if I want.
Everything's Night Strike's fault.
You know, AOC should be saying, look at me. I'm an example of America. I used to be a bartender. Now I'm in Congress. I'm a female and I'm of Latino descent. America is not sexist. America is not racist. And we all have equality of opportunity, but we do not have equality of outcome. Do what I did and you can be here too. Or you can keep blaming everybody but yourself for your failures, for your shortcomings, for your lack of success. And because America is a country where you can make yourself from nothing, it's also a country where you can come back. You could be at the top and get knocked all the way down and make a comeback. That's what she should be doing as a leader, setting the example. And sure, she could, inflate her ego some about talking about how great she is. But at the end of the day, she's evidence that we're not racist, we're not sexist, and that we have equality of opportunity. And as a leader, you would think the right thing to do would be to share that with everybody and try to bring us together as opposed to all the lies that she does just to divide us for her own. I mean, I know I'm living in fantasy land. They're all politicians are shitbags. It's just which one is the shitbag you can deal with. But she's definitely one I can't deal with. I shouldn't say can't. I don't want to deal with. How's that? That's more accurate. I don't want to deal with.
To your point, the entirety of the squad is proof that the United States isn't racist or sexist.
But it's not. It's not though. There's plenty of other proof that it's not racist, it's not sexist, and so forth. The squad and AOC specifically, and all of these other LeBron James, Oprah Winfrey, Jay-Z, all the famous minorities out there, Sanjay Gupta. The reason that they can't tell that story, Squib, because I've asked that question for years and years and years. Why doesn't LeBron James tell us how he did it? Why doesn't Oprah put out a movie and say, this is how I went from literally nothing to one of the richest women, one of the richest people, and most famous people ever? They can't tell those stories because it's not real. AOC knows that she was given her position. She didn't earn anything ever in her life. LeBron James, only thing he's ever had, hardship he's ever had, is how to get past that guy and put the ball in the hole. Everything else has always been given to him. Oprah Winfrey, if she made it that big in media, we all know how media people are. So she was friends with Jeffrey Epstein. She did all kinds of crooked stuff to get that big. That's why they don't come out with the story of this is how I did it and it's possible. Then there's people like Ben Carson or Thomas Sowell that will sit down and tell you, this is how I did it. Then there's John that lives right next to you that's from Cambodia, and he's got a bigger house and a fancier car than you do. And how'd he do it? He did it the same way you're doing it. He went to work every day. He loved his family. He paid attention to his kids. He helped them with their schoolwork. He kept his yard cut. You know, he brushed his teeth every morning. All the same stuff that makes anyone else successful. They can't tell that story because their whole lifestyle is fraudulent.
Yep. When
Well, that sucks.
when you started your story there, I told you I'd heard the news. That's not what I heard about AOC the other day. Her grandma, her aunt, whoever this is down in Puerto Rico, when she started all this, pictures, look at my aunt's house, all this and that. It was somebody, I think, over on Fox News or maybe a regular guest on Fox News. He started up a fund to help the lady, to give her some money to fix her house or whatever.
Yeah,
and he had a lot of money. He had a lot of money, and they had to end up and they had to refuse it and say, no, there's nothing wrong. We don't need no help.
Yeah, that was Matt Walsh.
Yeah, they got $100,000, and what was it, like the first 5 hours, Rich?
Yeah,
and then the guy started freaking out and turned it off.
Yeah,
because they got so much money so fast it freaked the dude out, and he had to stop it.
Yeah, and then her family that's in the United States refused to take the money. They're like, no, because of who you are, we're not taking the money. And he's sitting there holding the bill. They had to return every penny of that back to the people that donated because they refused to accept it.
And see, right there, that's another thing that they're not interested in playing the game, because to me, AOC would, that would write her story. If she would have taken that money, went down to her grandma's, gave her grandma that money and gave it to some of the neighbors, and then said, hey, thank you, dude. Yeah, I appreciate you stepping across the aisle, and I stepped across the aisle. It's proof that we can come together and fight injustice. That would be her whole thing. But, once again, she's fraudulent, so she can't do it.
Yeah, the optics of the fact that it was a conservative organization, she just couldn't. They couldn't take that.
Well, also they'd have to understand that they did it on purpose. Matt Walsh knew that this was going to happen. I'm sure. I'm also sure that all the donations came from the heart, and they were intending to do it, but they also had it in the back of their mind. Let's, give AOC a little poke in the side while we're doing it.
Oh, I'm sure that was an ulterior motive, but still, the fact that they got so many people that opened up their wallets and donated money that quickly to help AOC's grandmother, she needs to shut her fucking mouth at this point. It's, if anything, this just proves that everything she's saying about the people of the United States is fraudulent. Yeah, you've been quiet, Gary. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, I don't know what else can be said that hasn't already been said about it. It's just pure silliness. If it doesn't fit the narrative, then of course she's not going to go along with it. I think we all know that. But none of it surprises me, nor should it surprise any of us, really. I mean, it's just a lot of the way. I don't want to say anything. Don't say what you were going to say, Gary, because that will come out wrong. But it just doesn't surprise me. How about that? And I'll leave it at that. I don't want to get in trouble.
Hey, open forum, man.
Yeah, but I was about to make a statement that could have been taken the wrong way, and I didn't mean that. So it's not nice. So I retract it before it even came out of my mouth.
Yeah, we've let some things slip on and out of this show and the wrestling show the past few months that are like, maybe I shouldn't have said that, but oh well, cat's out of the bag now.
Right.
But real quick, let's see who's out there watching. We got Makojo's out there, G23's out there, Sam of Anarchy's out there. Let's see. That seems to be everybody that's out there. I mean, other than people that are on the panel, like Kingpin, Jason, and Gary, who are also out there in YouTube chat. So that's what we got that I know of anyway that's watching. If you don't say something, I don't know you're out there, so I can't give you a name shout out. So that's the way this works.
I'd like to apologize for inappropriate things in the past that I didn't mind saying. So I mean that from the heart too.
So that was about the only thing I had really on the agenda as far as topics that I found to talk about, because everybody's already been talking about the arm braces and the receivers and all that bullshit that's going on with the ATF right now. So, Kingpin was
How many felons do we have out there in the audience right now?
raise your hand. Yeah.
Acquitted, Gary. I was acquitted.
I understand.
G23 is asking if we're going to talk about the reporter who committed suicide that broke the tarmac story. Anybody have any idea what story he's talking about? Because I apparently do not know what he's talking about.
Yeah,
I've been working, man. I don't know what the story is myself either.
dude, where have you guys? This is like the hottest story in the world. Like the Queen talked about this today. Tarmac, you know what tarmac is, right?
Yeah, it's the surface of a
Yeah, but it's
road
basically it's basically any blacktop road. They just call the airport the tarmac. All of it is going to disintegrate in like 5 years because these chemical companies pump this stuff in there so they could mass produce it. And they knew that it only had like a 50-year lifespan or something like that. And all their documents leaked out. And in like, I don't know, it's like 5 or 6 years or something like that. Basically, every road in the world is going to start to disintegrate.
Alrighty.
That'd be a pretty good story, wouldn't it? I have no idea what the guy's talking about. I was just making that up.
Yeah, that would be a good story.
I was skeptical because they built a new road here and it won't last 5 years.
Right, exactly. Yeah, Maryland, all the roads that Maryland's building this year, they're going to tear up next year and rebuild the year after.
Yeah, well, G-Webs threw out what the actual story is. Apparently, the Alabama TV anchor that broke the news about the tarmac meeting in 2016 between Bill Clinton and Loretta Lynch died Saturday in an apparent suicide.
Must have been natural causes.
Yeah. Probably deserved it.
So what's that now then? Is that we have to like 64, 65 on the Clinton kill list?
Hell, man, who can count high enough to keep count with that?
There's a couple websites out there. You can go down the list. I think we were like maybe 63, maybe before I've heard this story. So.
Yeah, can't say I'm surprised. Anytime anybody has something that breaks about the Clintons, we all know what happens eventually. Yeah. In a similar vein, do you guys see the story about the porn star who flashed her boobies at the mural of George Floyd in protest? She mysteriously died of unstated causes this weekend too. The police found her dead in her mobile home outside of Los Angeles.
Now that sounds suspicious, man. That's just tragic news.
Yeah, somebody flashed boobs and we didn't get to see it.
Is there a video of this somewhere? I feel like you should share it.
I don't know if there's a video of that, and I don't know if YouTube would allow it.
Help us picture the scene, right? But was there any big news break or whatever when she did it? Or are you saying like maybe it pissed somebody off and they took her out?
Yeah, I don't know. The police said they were investigating and they did not release what the cause of death was, so I do not know. But it's just funny that the woman that did that and in protest of the George Floyd mural ends up dead. You know,
That seems like a strange way to protest.
that's what my wife said.
You know, you could mistakenly take that as for supporting, not protesting.
Yeah, I always thought the same thing about the George Kirby protest. It didn't make much sense at all.
Yeah, G-Web says 6 out of 10 gun deaths are suicide, and 6 out of 10 suicides are ordered by Clinton. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Yeah, I saw Mikojo ask you about your new toy, Kingpin. How you liking it?
It's pretty nice. I messing with the dry fire. I'll do a video sometime this week about it. Messing with the dry fire, it seemed kind of like the trigger might have been meh, but once I actually got live rounds in it today, it shot pretty well. The sight picture is a little bit different. You know, I'll explain it in the video, but I like it. I liked it a lot. I think I had 45 rounds through it.
Look at this guy flexing on us. He's shooting 45 ACP through a 9mm.
Oh yeah, yeah. I do stuff like
You gonna tell us what you got, or put it in the side chat, or?
Well, the CZ75, D compact 9mm.
Nice.
Yeah, he bought that off Black Cat Outdoors.
Has it got the real curvy, loopy trigger on it? The trigger itself,
Yeah, yeah, and it's real far
that curvy,
forward and
or half round, or whatever you would call it.
yeah. It's definitely not a wintertime gun. The trigger sits really far forward in the trigger well. But it shoots really nice.
Yeah, it's like a nice snuggy fit. The way that it's like that trigger wraps all the way around your finger.
Yeah, I kept my target, so I'll show that in the video I put out. And I let one of the little kids take a bunch of shots, so like you guys would feel better about your accuracy, you know, because I can't really just show a target with one hole in it, because I mean, I don't want to embarrass everybody.
How you film that is you shoot 4 or 5 in the same spot till you get a big hole, and then you shoot the rest of the magazine, and you totally miss the target off camera, and it looks like all 15 rounds went through that spot.
I was shooting with each hand separately, two-handed. I shot with my eyes shut. I shot with my back turned, and I was trying to make the hole bigger, but I just couldn't, you know. So some little kid walked up, and I was like, "Here, kid, take a few blasts." And he just started pulling the trigger randomly. So it was dangerous. It was scary. I was worried, but he did pretty good.
See, what you needed to do when you had your back turned was use a mirror. Then you would have been able to hit the target.
Come on. Do you think Patriot in the Dark uses a mirror?
Did you guys see Jerry Michelick's little short video he put out just a couple days ago about shooting without using your sights and stuff?
No, I didn't see that.
Patriot in the Dark's video is about shooting without using your sights.
He went through some drills of using the sights. Of course, you know, he shoots so incredibly fast, right? But he had 4 or 5 targets right in front of him, steel plate targets, and he was shooting them. Then he started doing like the old cowboy, just like drawing it out of the holster and only bringing it up, you know, about your waist or whatever. And he hit like 2 shots on those in a string on every target. Bam, 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 bam. He would have took out 4 or 5 guys standing there in front of him, and he didn't even he just drawed the gun like a cowboy and kept it down there at his hip. And he was doing different drills like that real quick. And then he had like his granddaughter or somebody come out and hold a piece of cardboard, a big sheet underneath his chin, so he couldn't see his lower body at all. And he'd still draw that pistol and put shots on every target. Dead center, just as good as if he was aiming, and just as fast as could be.
Yeah, he is insane when it comes to shooting. I wish I had a quarter of his talent, honest to God.
It was pretty cool, man. He was using them like powdered metal bullets that they just disintegrate, so he could shoot like steel targets, like 10 feet away. Yeah, I think, and he did it all with like a Smith & Wesson M&P or something.
Yeah, he is part of Smith & Wesson shooting team, so that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Like, seriously, man, if like 5 gang members walked up to him and started to hassle him, like, he dropped all 5 of them, man. Just like Blazing Saddles in the Waco Kid when he shot all the guns out of the guy's hands and then was still had his arms folded. It'd be just like that.
Oh, yeah, man. He shoots so damn fast. It's like, holy cow. He empties a damn pump-action shotgun before I can even get one round off out of a pump-action shotgun. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah. I actually observed him doing that in person. That's real. It's incredible.
So, Gary, what do you think? Do you think that he learned accuracy first, or do you think he learned that muscle memory, I guess? Do you think he learned the physical action of going fast first, or do you think he learned his accuracy first? What would you think?
My guess would be accuracy first. But that's just, like I said, that's just speculation on my part. But it would seem like to me you'd want to be able to, before you build up muscle memory, you've got to know that what you aim at, you're hitting. So I would think you'd learn that first, but watch me be wrong.
I was just kind of like specifically talking about it, like at his level, being that super duper accurate, or did he become super duper fast first?
I don't know. It's a good question.
He may have, but the speed thing could just be a natural thing, because you look at all certain people, they can pull a gun fast, but they can't shoot it for shit. But so, I mean, speed, that's going to be partly your natural agility, right? Is going to control how fast you can draw a gun. So some of the speed he may have had at first, but through the years, that he refined that, and then with the accuracy and everything. It's hard to say which one would have came first, but I would say he had some of the speed probably as a natural talent, just based on his own natural agility and whatnot. And then the accuracy and even more increased because the speed that he has is absolutely insane.
I think he's shot more rounds than he could probably possibly comprehend.
Oh, he has.
From like his little history that he tells you about stuff or shows you around the house, he's been shooting more than you can imagine for decades after decades, man. So to him, everything has just got to be, second nature,
Does excuse me, sorry about that. Does every single gun that he picks up, are those all custom made to do that?
No.
Or could he pick up, could he take your gun out of your holster, your everyday carry, and still do the same thing?
Yep.
Yes.
Wow.
He was doing it. He was doing it and setting those speed records before we had these race guns and these modern day stuff. He did it with the old school stuff. Hell, he
So
did
do
got
you,
speed records with revolvers.
go ahead, Squiffy.
When he set the world speed record for shooting a revolver, that was a tricked out gun. That was tricked out per his specifications. At a later point, that gun became available for sale if you wanted to buy the exact same modifications to the gun. So he can use a stock gun well, and but he also uses tricked out guns. I remember the first time that was broadcast, and I was blown away. I just couldn't. I'd never seen anybody shoot a revolver that fast. But I believe the grip and the action were custom to his specification, and he was using moon clips, shooting, I believe, 45 ACP out of the revolver.
Yeah, I've seen him. He was doing a shooting event. I was there with my grandfather. This was years ago, and they had police there, security and stuff. And he called one of the deputies over, the county deputy sheriffs that were providing security. And he's like, "Would you mind if I see your handgun and be okay?" The sheriff was there. The sheriff's like, "Yeah, go ahead, let me see your gun." He took the sheriff's stock issue duty gun, or the deputy's stock issue duty gun, excuse me, and he emptied all 6 rounds out of that thing. 357 Magnum. It was a Model 27. He emptied that thing so fast, dude, your head would spin. I have never seen somebody shoot a 357 Model 27 Smith & Wesson Model 27 that damn fast in my life. And that wasn't a tricked out gun. It's insane how fast the guy is with or without a tricked out gun.
Yeah, I wasn't saying that he can't do it without special modification.
Well, I know.
But when he set the world record, he did use a specially modified revolver.
Yeah,
So
I know you weren't. I was just adding on to your story. It's just insane how fast he is.
Yeah, but he can reload faster than you could ever, any of us could ever accomplish either. So, he's got the speed in the trigger. He's got the reload, the hand placements, like he's reaching up there to reload that cylinder like before the last shot. You know what I mean? Like he's cut it down to the milliseconds in just his techniques too.
So do you think that the speed of the trigger pull mitigates the recoil, which adds to the accuracy? Is physics going to work that out that way?
Not being able to shoot that fast, I couldn't tell you.
Well, I mean, what about in your personal, like if you're sitting there and you're trying to mag dump accurately, and mag dump is a relative term. You could just be rapid firing, whether it's mag dump or I'm talking about putting a few rounds downrange as opposed to one shot at a time, or even a double tap. Do you find that the faster you pull the trigger, the more it mitigates the recoil, or am I just inventing that?
Okay, I will say this: with my son's 1911 that he has in 40 Smith & Wesson, he has one of the little commander size ones, which is like a 3.5-inch barrel. I can shoot that thing more accurately rapid firing it than I can just taking my time shooting it because of the recoil on it. So it might be possible. Your proposition may have some merit to it, but I don't know if you could do. I could say I would do that with every handgun.
I saw him pick up a stock AR and run it faster than a binary trigger.
Yeah, G23 says, let's see him do it with a Taurus. Which Taurus? Because I have seen him do it with Taurus revolvers. Somebody had a Taurus revolver, and he had a video, I think, where he was using a Taurus revolver, and he emptied that thing really quickly.
I mean, we're not talking about a judge or anything like that.
No.
I've seen him do other crazy shit. I've seen him hit a balloon with a 9mm pistol at 1,000 yards. He aimed like 18 feet up in the air.
Oh yeah, I saw that video.
Can you imagine how many times it took him to try to figure out exactly where he had to point that handgun to do that? Okay, we're not gonna.
I think for him, if he's doing a shooting demonstration where he's getting paid or he's trying to set a record, using a tricked out gun is just that little extra insurance. It's not cheating, especially when you can buy the same guns. It's a good marketing technique, but it's to ensure that he gets the most out of it. If the grip is custom made to his hand, he's going to hold the gun better. If it's been tuned so there's no binding, it's not going to hang up. If you've got a gritty trigger, or you've got something with as far as the feed system or anything else that could fail, you can be as fast as him. But if you've got a jam or something like that, that's going to be a problem. If you can have a gunsmith tune your firearm so that it functions more reliably or more smoothly, I would say that that's going to be a big advantage in a speed competition.
Yeah, all these competitive shooters, they all use they're not using stock off the shelf guns. They're all modified in some way to make it better suit their shooting styles and whatnot. They all do it. The shotgun shooters, rifle shooters, pistol shooters. There's none of them are using like stock triggers and stuff in their competition guns. It's all different.
Tom Knapp used to pull a brand new out of the box the same time you'd buy at the store, and he'd pull it out of the box and go up there and do his exhibition with shotguns, because that's what his sponsors wanted when he was working for Benelli, and then later when he was working for CZ. They wanted him to show that we did nothing special to this gun. It's all talent, and you can do the same thing with this gun too. It's kind of like a marketing point.
Yeah.
So
that's an exhibition.
He's an exception.
Yeah, but that was an exhibition.
He's gone now.
Yeah, but that was an exhibition. He would freely tell you that in competitions he was using guns that were modified because everybody else was. He had to have the same stuff as what the competition did, or he wouldn't have been able to win as many competitions as he did, because everybody was using the modified competition stuff.
I think if you give me 100 rounds, I could hit a balloon at 1,000 yards with a 9mm pistol. And within 100 rounds. It'd probably take me all of them, but I'll hit it.
I'm not sure I can see that far.
I know darn well I can.
Yeah, that's the biggest issue, is if I can even see the balloon at that far, or even see the giant piece of wood or whatever it's going to be tacked to.
It'd be fun to try, though.
All right, Rich, field trip. So, pony up. We're gonna send Gary out to Nebraska, and Travis is gonna build him 1,000-yard target and put a balloon on it.
Ooh,
so
that might be fun.
You need to get Gary to Nebraska, and you need to get him 100 rounds of 9mm right away.
Not just me. I mean, we ought to have several people try this.
Yeah, okay, but 9mm for everybody, and trips to Nebraska for everybody. Rob, Jason, me, Squibby, MK Joe, G-Webs, Sam, Gunpowder, everybody.
You're gonna make G-Web shoot a 9mm? I don't think that'll happen.
I'll bring 40 for G.
There you go.
Okay, 9mm out of a handgun, 1,000 yards.
Yep.
I wouldn't be able to hit a 4x8 sheet of plywood at 1,000 yards with a 9mm handgun.
I couldn't hit a semi-truck.
Why not?
I'm not sure I could do it with a carbine.
I mean, if you could, once again, I get if your vision doesn't allow you to see that far, but if you could see that far, why not?
Do you realize the holdover you would have to have?
Well, yeah, Jerry Mitchell just showed you how to do it, right? So
Yeah,
just watch his video first and start from about where he's at. So, you only got 100 rounds, so you better start from somewhere good.
aim 18 feet up in the air and then just figure out your wind.
That's what I'm saying.
Piece of cake.
There you go, Rod. That's the positive attitude I'm looking for.
Piece of cake. Huh? No,
Yeah, but he's going to tell you that the only way he can do it is if he uses an M&P.
No, Rob's actually at a drive-thru. He's asking for a piece of cake from the waitress at the drive-thru window. That's not a salad.
You can get salads at a drive-through though, depending
No,
on
but
where
he's
you
ordering
go.
cake.
Cake salad.
Yeah, there you go. Birthday cake salad. Birthday cake and fruit.
Break down getting fast food tonight. Subway. Ugh.
What's wrong with Subway? It's salad on a bun.
Still got your salad though. It's just on your sandwich.
Yeah, salad on a sandwich.
Yeah, it's a salad sandwich. That's exactly what it is.
Anytime I get a hamburger, it's got onions, it's got lettuce and pickles on it. That's a salad.
No, Kingpins doesn't qualify.
Just a salad sandwich.
Yeah.
Should.
Yeah, Kingpins doesn't count though because he only gets pickles on his burgers.
And my BLTs only have bacon on them.
No tomato?
No.
No,
Oh,
no,
man.
he doesn't do lettuce, tomato, any of that stuff.
I mean, if I might grab a piece of lettuce and throw it on top of there. I'm not objecting to lettuce, but the mayonnaise and the tomato, I'm straight without that.
What about bacon and cheese, man? You put cheese on there?
Cheese is acceptable. Cheese is absolutely acceptable.
How do you feel about mustard?
Mustard is fantastic. I feel great about mustard.
Yeah, but
I would rather have mustard on a hamburger than I would mayonnaise anyway.
But the ketchup and mustard, he has to have it separate and put it on himself.
They make a ketchup and mustard mixed bottle.
Yeah, they actually do.
I probably wouldn't buy that. That sounds.
They call that cat turd or what?
I don't know. They got all kinds of different. Well, honest to God, they got. You guys haven't seen in the ketchup aisle. They got mustard and ketchup mixed with all kinds of shit now.
I haven't been in a grocery store in about a year, so
I got a video about it on one of my B channels.
All right.
Yeah, you can get like ketchup and barbecue sauce mixed, mustard and sriracha. I mean, there's all kinds of shit now that they're mixing together with the two of those.
Sriracha's good.
You can get peanut butter and jelly mixed already.
That's
out of a squirt bottle.
It's not that great though.
That's shameful.
Horrible.
Kids love that stuff.
It's got to be Smuckers, man.
Could you please pass the jelly?
With a name like Smuckers, it has to be good.
Jam over jelly any day.
You know, when I crossed the border just north into Pennsylvania, every other word is Schmucker for like 5 miles.
I don't think you're ready for this jelly.
That's because you're in the Pennsylvania.
They're not saying Smucker. They're looking at your license plate and they're saying something else that sounds like Smucker.
Yeah, that's it.
You guys solve the world's problems tonight?
No, we made fun of AOC. And talked a little bit about Jerry and what else have we talked about?
Talked about the girl showing her boobies and then it ended up dead.
Yeah, but I still haven't seen that video yet, so I don't believe it happened. Somebody needs to show me the video.
I'm sure you can find it on Pornhub or somewhere, Gary.
Maybe you could.
No, I can't show that on YouTube, man. Oh, yeah. Speaking of YouTube, remember Memorial Day when I played Taps by the Navy Band?
Mm-hmm.
I got
Did you get copyright strike? Yeah, I bet you did.
Yeah. They put a copyright restriction on it.
Well, you know, when I used to, on the early bird chat, I used to have the U.S. Army Band version of the Star Spangled Banner at the beginning of it. And every Every Sunday I would get copyright strike from this British sports channel, would copyright strike me on it. That's why I finally went to a vocal version of it.
You would think that something that's put up by the United States government would be fair use, but apparently somebody put a copyright complaint.
I'm sure the British are going to say that that tune is originally a British tune, which I do believe is true, but still it's a real stretch to copyright strike the United States national anthem. I mean,
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a stretch to copyright taps, too. I mean, come on. Especially in the context that it was played.
I think it'd be okay within the states. Should be, you would think.
I think what happens, because like every video I've put out in the past year has got a copyright claim on it, and I don't even care. I think it's a lot of times when it's coming down to like Happy Birthday or the American anthem, or Alan B. Pro got in trouble for doing the Pledge of Allegiance too. And sometimes I think it's specific places that you got it from. If you went to place A and downloaded the national anthem and played it, that place may be the one causing the stink and causing the flag to come up. I'm not too sure. That's just a guess. But like I said, I get tons of them, and I just ignore it.
I saw something on a video this last week. I did not know this. Perhaps I should have. But they said that the Pledge of Allegiance was originally a marketing ploy to sell United States flags to school classrooms. Anybody ever heard about that?
Wouldn't there be something?
I've never heard that, but I mean, ultimately, I would be shocked.
I mean, it would have been 100 years ago or so, but still, I suppose there was people who tried to do marketing spins on stuff even back then. It doesn't make it bad necessarily, but it's just kind of funny how it originated.
Oh. Sam of Anarchy is now throwing out a different challenge. He says set up watermelons with ski masks at 1,000 yards and try shooting them just to make things interesting.
So the ski mask is on the watermelons, or ski mask
you
is
put
on
them, you put them on the watermelon. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a waste of a perfectly good watermelon.
Yeah, it'll dry out in the sun before anybody hits it.
Well, no, you guys are thinking. You guys aren't thinking. You guys aren't thinking. What's it called? Organically. You put the ski mask on, so when you hit it with the bullet and it explodes, all the containments of the watermelon stay inside the ski mask. Then you go with a spoon and just eat it out of the mask.
Oh, so you're using the rifle or whatever to, basically chop up the watermelon.
Right on, there you go.
Yeah, and as far as being able to hit it, he didn't specify what weapon you had to use. He didn't say you had to use a 9mm handgun like the previous challenge.
You have to use a bow.
1,000 yards, good luck with that.
But if you can fit a ski mask on a watermelon, it's not a very big watermelon.
Got it specified. Didn't know Squib will try to call in an airstrike.
That's
You gotta-
true.
You got to practice your 1,000-yard headshots, man.
Squid will get on the phone, and then there'll be a bunch of A-10s hitting that watermelon table.
Only Outcast would care about us wasting a perfectly good watermelon.
Yeah, right. Now, do we got to put pork chops and pork ribs and some T-shirt material on it too?
Hey, man. Do you know pigs is as smart as dogs? And they make good pets?
Yeah, we're going to turn it into a meat target. We can't forget the new and improved high-tech police bullet stop.
big as a pet. I don't think it worked out too well.
Yeah, but if my eyesight wasn't as bad as it is now, and I had a good optic on my 224 Valkyrie, I might actually try that watermelon at 1,000 yards. But then I'd have to find somewhere that I could shoot 1,000 yards here in West Virginia too, which isn't going to be easy.
Rich, 70. There's plenty of spots on 70 that you can shoot 1,000 yards.
Well, hell, I can go to 68 and do that.
Hey, Tim, well, I mean, are we thinking
I
outside the
don't think
box,
it's
or are we stuck in this old way of thinking that landed us on the moon? I mean, what are we doing here?
I don't think the state of Maryland would approve though, Kingpin.
You just, move one of your tail lights and lay down in the trunk.
Congratulations, Rich. You have not been disapproved to use a public road as a shooting gallery.
Yeah, right.
That video should be out tomorrow, Squid. Just by the way.
Now, Ozzy says you cut the melon in half, you eat half of it, then you shoot the other half.
That's not a half bad idea.
Just don't shoot the half you're eating.
That could work.
Okay, now he's thrown out there it has to be a pistol cartridge. A 9mm, 40, 45 ACP, 357, 45 long Colt, or other pistol rounds you have. Okay, do they make a 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum carbine? Or a 460 Smith & Wesson carbine? Those you ain't actually be able to get out to 1,000 yards with.
When Jerry Mitchell did it, I believe he had a 9mm revolver with a red dot on the top.
Yeah, it's probably that Smith & Wesson which model, I can't remember what it is, but it's
JM something or other.
Yeah, but there's a number. I can't remember what number it is.
Are you sure, Jason? Because according to the AFT, nobody uses a red dot on a handgun.
Yeah. Who would put a red dot on a handgun anyway?
Two blasts. That's all I'm saying.
What's the AFT?
You know, Rob, it's the them. It's the thing, them.
Oh, okay. No.
Somebody comes to your door and you
Circle
don't know
back
who
to it. It's a government agency, got 3 letters. They like to infringe on your rights. They like to do things that they don't have the power to do.
So all of them, in other words.
You guys, Rob's black. He doesn't know how to use the internet. You have to explain these things to him. Jeez, racist.
He's only now. In fairness, Rob is only half black. The white part of him should know how to do this.
That's something I expect a racist to say. Thanks, rich white.
1%er.
Wait, it only makes common sense.
I know what's best for Rob because he's black. Don't argue with me because I'm feeling righteous right now.
Rob's probably laughing his ass off right now.
I can't believe you guys treat him like this. You just said he's smart enough to know what to do, but he's just too lazy to do it.
It's not like he can get a good education. You know, the thing is a black man with a good education.
Welcome to the
Media told me that today.
Welcome to the impromptu roast of New York Outcast.
Well, I thought we were talking about Democrats.
Yes, but we were using Rob as an object lesson.
He can't hear us. He doesn't know how to use the internet.
Friends like these don't need any enemies, Rob. Jeez.
Yeah, you show up late. That's what you get, you know.
We go into battle, I'll be right behind you.
Yeah, way back, huh?
You flush them out, Rob. I'll get them.
I think the VC are in those bushes, Rob. You go get them, flush them out, and we'll be here waiting.
Now that's when you look over at me and say, how about that airstrike about right now?
Yeah, they're trouble.
Yeah. You're hanging around us is just a bad idea. You'll end up on a list. Oh, wait. We're all on a list.
As soon as you get done playing around, I'll be waiting back at the truck.
Rob's going to go running down range. He's going to turn around and be like, where the fuck did they go? I told you we'd be behind you. We didn't say how far.
He can handle
Back
it.
to the hotel behind me.
So are you at the world's longest stoplight? Because it sounds like your turn signal has been on for 10 minutes.
Why are you always picking out my truck, Squib?
Squibby!
Oh, I thought you were in the Honda. It didn't sound very trucky.
Nah, the damn relay thing's acting funny, and it just clicks like clicks on. Holy shit!
Bump. That
Hit
was
it
a
with a
lot more
hammer.
than a bump.
Yeah, I should pull it out and replace it one of these days.
So you're driving down the road and your blinker's going off?
Nah, it sounds like it's going off, but the blinker's not going off. Just sounds like it. It's annoying.
What sound does it make when you do turn the blinker on?
Nothing to the stop sign.
The same sound.
It's down there underneath your feet, man. It's a little silver box. Just give it a good kick or something. It'll unstick.
Yeah, changed them a couple times over the years.
Smack it with a screwdriver or something. It'd be all right.
Coming back from having fun, shooting and four-wheeling.
What'd you shoot a four-wheeler for?
Yeah, why are you shooting at four-wheelers, man?
Oh, they were looking at me funny.
Oh, I thought maybe Bigfoot was on them.
No, no Bigfoot today. Seen a small deer. Actually, I've seen a couple deer, but no Bigfoot.
I'm telling you, man, it was just a guy in a ghillie suit looking with you.
I don't know.
So what else we got?
Bigfoot probably took off because all the cicadas, man.
Oh,
You don't
my
want to hear
God.
that shit 24 hours a day.
No.
Yeah, he's like, you damn humans get to go indoors. We got to stay out here and listen to these sons of bitches.
Yeah, there's Bigfoot sighting. He was walking with his hands covering his ears.
Screaming, like, make it stop!
Probably got like dozens of them all stuck in his fur and stuff.
Yeah, they just clinging on to him.
Seen a deer. Slowed down in time now. They're all over the damn place out here.
You need to watch where you're going, man. Come on.
Yeah, it's not the deer's fault, man. You didn't have your blinker on.
I'm riding. Got her driving. That way I can finish my sub on the way back and relax.
Yeah. Oh, Obnoxious is out there now. He says he's first. They really did not teach kids how to count very well in Illinois school districts, did they?
Well, see, that's why he's got the obnoxious 1 at the end, because he's always first. That's why he's got the 1.
No,
He's
is
the
that how
one
that
and
works?
only.
Oh, you're breaking up, Rob.
If you look at Obnoxious's name backwards, does that look like one sexy non-binary?
Something.
Must be one of them hybrids.
Wow.
You read it backwards, it looks like somebody doesn't know how to spell snob correctly.
Snob goes in front of it. Stobnoxious.
Yeah.
Snob back up and running.
Snob's on vacation.
Yeah, we hear you, Rob.
Yeah, the one who's not had any more brake issues on the way.
I think he got that taken care of.
Well, he went on a trip and his brakes went bad.
Yeah, something about one of his cables or a hose or something. I forget what he said.
Bad omen.
Now let's stop and analyze this.
His tire rubbed against one of his brake hoses and wore a hole in it.
Yeah. Is he just trying to cover for his daughter? Because remember, she didn't go on the trip. She stayed back home.
Well, there's Mystic right there. She can tell you all
Stacy.
about it.
Well, she has a link, but they're on vacation, so she's not going to jump in. And Snob never does. He just piggybacks on her link all the time.
So he's a link freeloader.
Yeah, that's exactly what he is.
So I'm hearing rumors about a chat battle going on later. Anybody hear anything about that?
No idea.
No, but they had one last night. They killed a romance that was going on. It's hard.
There were a bunch of us that were live at one time last night.
Just by the way, officially, Rob and I were a part of a question in the chat battle last night.
Mystic says, we are at a restaurant in Cody, Wyoming. They're a long ways from home, man.
Mm-hmm. They took a roundabout way to get there, too.
Well, I think they're wanting to see the country. I
Yeah,
know
but you're
they
trying
were
to
at
see it all in one
Mount
day.
Rushmore earlier, so.
That's what I'm saying. It would have been faster if they just drove straight to Cody, but they had to go all the way up to the Dakotas first and then cut over.
They're on vacation. They're wanting to see cool spots, man. I wouldn't mind seeing Mount Rushmore. The pictures they took were pretty cool.
That place is racist. Come on.
Did he go in?
In?
There's a door where you can actually go inside, but generally it's closed to the public at times. But there used to be like an observation deck and stuff up there.
Well, not that I'm aware of, but
Yeah, come on, we've all seen North by Northwest, right? There's a restaurant and everything up top there.
Don't think I've seen that one.
There's definitely a couple of them you can go in. I don't know if it's open to the public or if it is at all different times, but there's little YouTube clips on that stuff too. Probably pops up on feeds, but next time I'm gonna check one out when you see it. So obviously, if you can get in, that would be cool.
You never seen North by Northwest, Jason? Cary Grant, a Hitchcock movie.
Yeah, I don't recall that one. I've heard of the movie. I know it exists. I know it's an old classic, but I've never watched it.
Okay, have you guys?
Let
Have
me,
you
let
ever
me go
seen?
ahead and before you go, let me trump Jason's no with an even bigger no because I had no idea that North. I've heard the term, but until you said that, I would have thought it was some kind of like The Hills Have Eyes type of movie, or you got a pretty mouth there, son type of movie. I've never
It's
seen
a
it either.
yeah, it's a Hitchcock thriller. It's a spy thriller kind of thing.
I had no idea. I wouldn't have known that.
Yeah, there's a famous clip from the movie where that takes place in the restaurant that's supposed to be on top of Mount Rushmore, where they're getting into a shootout with the bad guys. It's basically the one extra goes and covers his ear before anybody fires a shot. The extra's already protecting his hearing.
Oh, I didn't know it was a movie like that. I thought it was a love story movie. Mm-mm.
Well, of course, there's the hero gets the girl at the end, but I'm sure Gary's seen it.
mm-mm.
You've
Did
never
you just
seen
call
North by
Gary
Northwest?
old?
Yeah, you're striking out all over the place here, Rich. I don't think anybody's seen this movie but you.
Yeah, this is a classic. I thought for
Yeah,
sure Gary would have seen it. You never seen North by Northwest, Gary?
I definitely have not.
Jeez, I thought for sure you would have seen it.
Sorry.
Well, everybody's got homework for next week. Y'all got to go watch North by Northwest.
I'm busy reading Rob's book report.
He
Yeah,
never
I'll
did
pass.
one.
I'll pass.
Oh, it's a great movie. It's a true classic.
No, okay, no. These old timey movies are not necessarily great. Hawaii Volcano
No, this
Spot told
one
me.
is.
He told me you've got to see Casablanca. You've never seen Casablanca? Oh, you've got to see that movie. Sucked ass.
Oh
So-
my God.
So I mean, there's some classics. Okay, Gone with the Wind, but that's kind of in its own. I mean, is a big budget movie and lasted hours and hours. And,
You have no sophistication.
no, I don't want to watch any of these crotchety old movies with nothing interesting in the story.
The Tale of Two Cities and The Maltese Falcon are two of my favorite movies. I could watch them on a loop. Love those movies. They're terrible, both of them.
G23 says that Gary did see it because he was in the movie.
Fake news.
Thanks for trying to talk sense into these guys.
North by Northwest.
That's
Is it about
wrong.
a train? Is it about? Are they on a train in that movie?
He gets chased by a biplane in it. I know that because they show it on all the TV commercials whenever they play it on TV for all the old folks who want to watch it.
You're thinking of Danny DeVito and Billy Crystal throw Mama from the train, Jason.
Erwin.
People wouldn't know good movies
Guys
if they hit
dropping
you in
the
the face.
dynamite.
What'd you say, Rob?
Those were the guys dropping the dynamite.
I don't know about.
He's talking about Tulsa, when was that? 28 or something? 35, whenever, 21.
Yeah, I thought Rich would have got it.
I thought he said Napoleon Dynamite.
Vote for Pedro.
I can make that much money in 5 seconds.
Napoleon Dynamite sucks. I couldn't stand that movie. Boring as shit.
I'll watch that before I watch North by Northwest.
Because you're a dumbass.
Ice Ice Baby's a pretty cool song too.
Oh god, that song sucks ass too.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
I sat and watched Napoleon Dynamite. I didn't laugh once at that entire movie. I sat there like, this is not funny. This is absolutely stupid.
My stepkids used to watch that. Love that shit.
Transylvania 65000. That's funny.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that was good.
Man, since you guys said that, I can't get that damn fucking Ice Baby out my head.
Rich white baby.
Thank you, Gary.
But Rich played some of his old tapes.
Rob's blinker sounded like that salt shaker they were doing in that song or whatever the hell that was. That's what it sounded like when I started out. Somebody had a salt shaker.
Yeah, Kingpin keeps us with some Bohemian Rhapsody on.
Oh, God, Rich, don't even go there, man. We're just playing around here. Good goddamn, it
My
makes get
break
me.
work.
This guy was messing with me on somebody's video that I watched. I typed in something, I can't remember, some smart aleck comment, and he came back about he was just messing with me. He was talking about my white privilege and all that. So we went back and forth, and he was like, all right, well, here's your punishment. You got to move to California. And I was like, no, anything but that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You already live in Maryland. I mean, California at least will have better weather.
Not really. California weather is not all that great, actually. I mean, it's better than Maryland weather. I'll give you that much.
Oh, no, it is all that great. That's the one thing I miss about living in California is the weather. See, you're a contractor. You work outside, or you've got job sites where the weather might affect whether or not you go to work. And so in the morning when you get up, I'm sure that you probably, one of the things that you do is you check the weather before you head off to work, or you check the night before. When you live in California, at least Southern California, you don't have to check the weather ever because it's the same every day. Fucking beautiful.
Yeah, I'd rather just go a little bit more back east and hit Arizona. That'll be fine.
I'm happy right where I'm at.
Problem with Arizona, there will be days where it'll be nice and sunny, but the weather will be too goddamn hot, and you still won't be able to work in it.
I heard the ratio is like 3 women to 1 man out there. So some of these single guys might want to consider it.
You notice how Rob had to put the little addendum at the end of it because his woman's in the car with him.
Talking about Arizona.
I don't know. Statistics everywhere.
Well, I'll tell you this. I went to Arizona, and I was thinking about that too, man. Nice weather all the time. I thought it'd be, like the California girls, man. I thought it'd be pretty girls and in bikinis and skimpy clothes everywhere. A big negative on that. Place is full of fat girls, man. Because the place is so hot, you got to stay indoors all day long, and that's just too close to the refrigerator.
That's funny.
And seriously, you'll go out there and you'll meet 10 people a day, like total strangers, whatever, and they're from Ohio too. And you look over, it'd be some great big fat girl, and you're like, yeah, I could tell already.
Okay.
That's just a bit of information, if you're looking to travel and see the sights, just let you know what to expect.
We used to call South Carolina girls who had nice bodies but ugly faces South Carolina. Because like every girl in South Carolina had a really nice body, but she looked like she had a car accident a couple minutes ago.
That's messed up.
Mm-hmm. NKGO, I guess going back to the whole California, says that can own 10 plus round magazines in Maryland. Yeah, but you got to go to another state to buy them.
Yeah, but you can also, you've got any kind of topography and all the seasons that you want, all within driving distance at any time, and still come home the same day. If you really wanted to. I mean, if you want to drive from where I live to the Eastern Shore is about 3 hours. So you drive 3 hours, you hang out for 3 hours, you drive 3 hours back. It's kind of stupid, but it's doable. In California, you drive 3 hours and you're probably not out of your own neighborhood yet.
Yeah, that's true.
See, where I'm at, Kingpin is on the Eastern Shore. From here, Baltimore, Baltimore's east. It's on the ocean. So, yeah.
How long it take you to get to Florida, Kingpin? Roughly how many hours?
Depending how you drive and where you're going, it's anywhere from 19 to 24 from New York.
Yeah, the little quick internet search says it's about 14 hours from where I'm at to Florida. I didn't look at the map where they put me. So, roughly anywhere from 12 to 16 hours, depending on where you're going, if you're driving.
People leave here all the time and drive straight to Florida.
It's not hard. You get on 95 and just go,
Yeah. There was,
go, go.
years ago, one of the guys I played MechWarrior 3 with was like, I'm coming over to Atlanta I'm going to be there for like a month and a half. How far is it to where you live? I was like, oh, it's not that far. It's like 7 hours up the road. He's like, 7 hours? Forget that idea. 7 hours in the UK, drive from freaking south of England up to Scotland. He's like, that's too far. It's like, dude, that's a short drive here. To go from one state to another. He just couldn't wrap his mind around that.
MechWarrior, really?
Yeah.
Like watered down Robotech.
But they didn't make a Robotech game, Squid.
The hell they didn't.
This is the point in time in the show where me, Gary, Jason, and Rob, and everybody in the chat go to sleep while nerds over here fight for a while.
I played Robotech role-playing game.
About
So I know that existed, but they didn't have a online video game.
But they did have a video game.
Oh, I got them on PlayStation 2.
About the only video game I can put the kids at.
Yeah, my kids would always try and challenge me at that game, and they never could beat me at it.
Not very good at working those controllers. I kind of miss the old Atari joystick, but I sure as hell can fly a Veritech.
Mm-hmm. The story's kind of, did you ever finish the campaign mode? The story was kind of messed up. You end up right back where you left off at the beginning of the game.
See, this is the part where Outcast comes in and goes, didn't you guys have girlfriends? Yeah, we did this and had girlfriends, and drove fast cars, and hung out, and got in trouble, and still graduated high school, and had a job, and did sports.
sure.
Girlfriend shit, man. But when that game came out, I already had a wife and kids. This awkward silence brought to you by Robotech. Robotech, when you want to watch Macross, but licensing won't let you.
You know, I'm the only one that knows what the hell you're talking about.
I know. That was why I did it.
I don't even know what Robotech is.
Dude, it's like the most awesome Japanese animation series that has a technical backstory and all kinds of other things that come with cartoon sci-fi crap, you know, merchandising and shit, comic books, graphic novels, toys, role-playing games, junk like that. So imagine a fighter plane or a tank or a helicopter or a ship or something like that that can turn into a giant robot to fight
Transformers.
aliens. No, it's better.
No, no.
Transformers were pussies. Okay, these things could actually. I mean, I don't know. I can't explain it. If you're a sci-fi nerd, this is like, I don't know if calling it the Holy Grail is, but the whole story was more like a soap opera, honestly, because they took 3 different Japanese stories and they turned them into one for the American series. And the characters, some of them are reoccurring, and you know they actually have characters die in a cartoon that kids watch and stuff like that. And so there's a lot more to it. If you're a kid, you'll enjoy it for the action and all the robots and aliens and shit, right? When you're an adult, you can enjoy it because it's an actual story that you can follow, or just some of the books and other things that come off of it, like anything else in science fiction.
Yeah, and you gotta remember, with the Japanese, they made these cartoons not just for kids because of the fact that they don't have the budgets like we have here, where they could do they could do TV shows with special effects and stuff with live action. So they did it all with cartoons. And
Yeah, they've
there
been
are
talking about making a live-action Robotech movie for years. There were all kinds of fights in court over the rights to it
they
and
are
everything else. Yeah, they say it, but they ain't really going to do
they
it.
are.
And you know what? It's
Have
going to have
you-
some of that shitty computer graphics in there. I want them to make a mock-up of a Veritech and actually move this, 3D prop and make it transform into a 50-foot tall robot. I don't want some sort of crappy computer animation like George Lucas does.
No, Sony is making this. That's going to be. It was supposed to come out this year, but COVID's delayed it. It actually is a thing. Did you not see the joint announcement that was put out by all the studios involved with the Robotech and Macross? We're actually going to be getting Macross in the U.S. finally, the real actual thing. They're going.
Hell yeah, it's about time.
Yeah, you have no idea, Jason, because you're not into all that. It's all going down. But they're saying the Robotech movie now, because of the COVID, it's scheduled for late 2021 or into 2022 now.
Hey, Jason, you'd like it. They got some pretty cool guns. They have some that fire conventional ammunition, and they have some that are blasters and whatnot. So they use a mix of both technologies.
Jason, did you see the final Matrix movie where they're down in the earth with those machines blasting the Matrix robots coming at them?
I'm sorry, I did not see that one either. But I know what the Matrix first movie was.
But you're pretty good then. You're straight. You don't bother with the rest.
So yeah, Robotech's right up in the wheelhouse for everybody that believes in aliens, because they were fighting aliens. Multiple different species of aliens.
When did all this start? When did this Robotech start?
Robotech was big about the same time Transformers was. Growing up in Pittsburgh, it was actually the replacement series when season 1 of the Transformers ended. They put Robotech on then. Other places, it was a Saturday morning cartoon.
They must not have just had that around here, I guess, man.
In Detroit, it was weekdays at about 4:30 in the afternoon on one of the independent channels over here.
Yeah, Cartoon Network reran it a few years ago, and it was on Netflix for a while. I forget where it's at now. It's online somewhere. I just don't remember where.
Yeah, I sat up one night with my kid and I said, "Here, watch this with me." He didn't get it at first, and we went through a lot of episodes, and he goes, "Yeah, it's all right, but it's kind of old and all that." And it's like, this younger generation is lost.
Here you go, Jason. These are just some of the pictures. Like, these are basically just banners. There's a little one right there. Trying to find. There's one of the guys shooting in space with one of his rockets. And there's one of the characters. It's basically Japanese Transformers with pilots.
Well, actually, this predates Transformers.
Yeah, the original Japanese series are from the 70s, and then in the 80s they Americanized it. And
none of that matters to Jason.
Okay,
Jason.
yeah, I know. For you guys that aren't nerds, you're going to say it's Japanese Transformers with pilots, but it actually had a story and characters, and
yeah, I'm not discrediting Robotech. I thought it was kind of cool, but trying to simplify it for the layman person, not considering, I'm just talking about like normal people who are like, I've never heard of this Robotech. A good way to get their feet wet for them to start understanding before you go too deep into the characters is tell them it's Transformers from Japan with people, with pilots.
Yeah, and for those of you out there thinking that Veritech is Jetfire, that's because Jetfire was a licensed version of the Veritech, and it was that created a whole other series of issues. Like there were Robotech toys but they couldn't make a transforming Veritech because Harmony Gold didn't have the right to sell the likeness of Jetfire because somebody else had already licensed that to Hasbro for the Transformers. It created all kinds of issues.
Okay, I'm looking at the pictures here, and I'm still looking. Where's the hot little Japanese girl at?
The hot little Japanese girl.
There
named
weren't
Lin
really
Min-Mei.
any Asians in this Japanimation. They the Japanese are fascinated by Americans. We look different than them, so they kind of have this thing about blonde hair, blue eyes. But in the series, like so many other Japanimation, they've got people with green hair, pink hair, blue hair. Everybody in Japan has the same color hair unless they put dye in it. So these characters in these Japanese cartoons and stuff are supposed to look different. And you might think that sounds racist or something, but no, it's actually a cultural thing. Having lived over in Japan, I know they're fascinated by people that are different than them, that look differently than them, and that's why they did the characters the way they did them in this one and other Japanese series.
Yeah, the closest you get to the cute little Japanese girl is the one that's up there singing, and she is annoying as all fucking hell. Yeah, her, Lin Min-Mei.
Lin Min-Mei, the cousin fucker.
Yeah, literally.
Yes, that's right. In the series, she was fucking her cousin. This is not for children.
And let's not forget in the Southern Cross section, there's two different versions. There's the censored version and the uncensored version, because Dana gets raped by a Robotech Master.
What the hell kind of show is this?
We said it was made for adults.
Look at this. It's propaganda. I've uncovered it. UN Spacey. See, they're from the UN. They're communist.
That's the United Earth Defense Force.
Yeah. It takes
place in the future.
So after the global civil war of the 1990s, they signed a peace treaty and created a global government because they thought that the threat of attack by aliens was more important than us having differences. And 10 years later, the aliens invaded, and they were ready for them.
Yeah, there was a reason why they all joined forces. It's called the Zentradi.
I ask that you not use that type of language in front of my young son.
The Zentradi were 50-foot tall aliens with giant robot suits and mecha units. Yeah. At that point in time, your little squabbles over Taiwan don't seem to matter for a hill of beans at that point.
And in an exchange of an abnormally great amount of firepower, we destroyed most of the Zentradi fleet in orbit, and they destroyed most of the surface of the Earth. It was pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. And then in the tabletop role-playing game, you were cleaning up what was left of the Zentradi forces that were still loyal to the Robotech Masters, which is a whole other kettle of fish when the Robotech Masters arrive, and then ultimately
those were the malcontents that regrouped in South America and were living in the Amazon. Yeah, Colonel Wolf was fighting them.
Yeah, and
did you say kettle of fish?
Yes, I did.
Yes, he did.
Yes, I did, and for those reasons.
Well, look, he's calling the kettle stanky.
There's a whole lot of stuff that we could sit here and talk for hours about Robotech and not cover a fourth of it. It was, 85 episodes long, I believe?
I can't remember how many episodes there were, but there were so many spin-off comic books and novels, and then there were the incompleted stuff that they did later on, and they only made a few and never really got broadcast and stuff. You know, it's one of them things where if you want more stuff, you do enough digging, you'll find it. But if you're into a good story and you like science fiction, it's for you. If science fiction bores the crap out of you, or whatever, then no, it's not. But even if you don't like science fiction, like I said, the cartoons would be appealing to both an adult and a child for different reasons. And if you just followed the story, it would be like if you binge watched it, it'd be like binge watching a regular TV show with real actors on Netflix or something.
Yeah, problem is everybody think, oh, it's a cartoon, it's for kids. Japanese don't think that way. Again, it comes down to their budgets and constraints and everything over there. So it's like a few weeks ago when we were talking about Cowboy Bebop. That show has actual real guns in it. Willem Arm owns one of them. That lucky son of a.
Now you're just opening a can of worms.
Yeah. But yeah, they got there's all kinds of real guns in that show. They have every single gun that's used by one of the characters on that show is either an actual real gun or a gun that is a modified version of an actual real gun. The Japanese did an insane job of animating that show and the firearms and stuff. They zoom in close and you can read the actual markings exactly where they should be and what they should be on the firearms being used. They did a very good job on the guns in that show. I'm still waiting for my gun shop to get in that goddamn Jericho. They had a few of them, went back to get one of them, and they were gone. They had sold them all. I was like, no! So they went and ordered one. Still waiting. Told my wife we should have put it on layaway when we were there. She's like, no, we can't do that right now. And I'm like, if they sell out of this, I'm going to kick your ass. Sure enough, they sold out of them.
My dealer's got all kinds of goodies right now. All I could do was stand there and pout and frown.
Well, these things are a limited run whenever they put them back into production. It's the Jericho 941R. They don't make them very often, and when they do, like I said, they don't make many of them. They had 3 of them. I told her, you got to put one of these on layaway now. She's like, no, you're going to have, we got to hold off. We go back to put one up to do so, and they had sold out already. It's like, son of a... She never listens to me. She does this shit to me all the time. And the whole reason why I want that gun is because it's the gun that was used by the main character on Cowboy Bebop. If you haven't seen that one, Squib, you'd like it too, by the way. I don't know if you've seen that one or not.
No, I don't. I haven't seen anything past the 80s. I like Star Blazers, and I liked G-Force, and I liked Robotech. And there's a few other odds and ends, but for the most part, those are probably the 3 big ones for me. They all were the same as far as, they had the same kind of animation, and they all had a story, and it was, the Earth constantly under attack, and we got to fight back and crap like that.
Yeah, this one's got a story. Earth isn't under attack or anything, but basically it's a Western in space. It's kind of like when the sci-fi ones meets Wanted Dead or Alive kind of thing. It's a pretty good show. Yeah, there's intergalactic travel and stuff, but it takes place in the near future, so people are still dressing like they would dress now. It came out in like '99, if I remember right, in Japan, and then was brought over here, and it was part of Cartoon Network's lineup during Adult Swim for a while. And each episode, it is a serial show. It's not like they just put out a random episode. That's the thing. That's another thing with the Japanese cartoons. They're serial. Each episode builds off the prior episode. It's not like you could watch an episode of Transformers and it's a standalone thing. That's one of the things they do here with cartoons. So the cartoons are all standalone. Very rarely do you come across a cartoon that's an American cartoon where it's a serialized thing. The Japanese,
that's what I mean about getting the story and the characters, and it moves on to the next thing and the next thing. You could watch an individual episode of Robotech or something like that to get an idea of what it was, but without all the other ones in the series, it won't make sense. It is different than. I mean, it was. I'm imagining it was there to sell merchandise like anything else, but the Americanized or the American cartoons, they just did them in a different format, and it really didn't matter.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's why Squib said it was a soap opera. The only real TV series you get that's actually serial in the United States is soap operas. Really, everything else, it's usually get like the A-Team. They were all standalone episodes until like the last season because they brought in the whole thing where they started working for the government and everything.
I used to watch soap operas all the time, man. I used to watch Days of Our Lives every single day. I DVR'd it.
General Hospital, that was the shit.
My grandmother was a Days of Our Lives junkie.
That was one of the only moments of each day that me and my old lady got along together. She would have Days of Our Lives on DVR. I'd come home, get my dinner, and we'd sit down on the couch and watch Days of Our Lives.
When I was working at Greyhound, my lunch break was right as The Young and the Restless was coming on. So go down to the TV room, and a bunch of us baggage guys and some of the drivers were all sitting there watching Young and the Restless while we're eating our lunch.
Yeah, if you find a soap opera that you like, man, it's easy to get hooked in on. They're all about the same.
Yeah. When we were staying overnight at my grandmother's house, during the summer, we weren't allowed to put cartoons on until Days of Our Lives and Another World were over. What the hell was that newer one that was on after As the World Turns, or whatever the hell it was? Another World. Was that Santa Barbara?
Santa
Barbara. I was
With the earthquake? Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, was that Santa Barbara? You guys beat me to it. But yeah, those three. After those three were off, then we could have the TV until my grandfather got home from work.
I like Days of Our Lives, man. He always had a good murder or something going on.
Yeah, somebody was always getting killed on that damn show.
There were some pretty hot women on that show, too.
God, we went from this is how closely related Japanese animation and soap operas are. We seamlessly went from one to the other. Oh, God. again to you. Oh shit! I bet you Midnight's probably live right now.
Kingpin, did you fall asleep?
No, not yet.
Well on your way.
I mean, I gotta work in the morning, so I gotta get off here pretty soon anyway.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna get ready to wrap it up anyway because Midnight sent his links out like a half hour ago.
I thought David was like stabbing his eardrums out while he was talking about Robotech or whatever.
Oh, Kingpin with the show.
As soon as I heard the word Robotech, I decided I'd get a bunch of stuff done around here because we're gonna go on for a little while.
Yeah, Stacy jumping in.
Hey, honey.
Stacy, you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
No, not much. Got back from the restaurant. Cody was dying to go swimming, so now she is swimming. Let's see if I can switch. How do I switch this?
Good Lord, daylight out still.
Where are you at? North by Northwest?
I am in Cody, Wyoming. Cody, Wyoming. Look, there's the other one. Cody, say hi.
Your vacation is to Cody, Wyoming.
They're going all over the place.
What?
We're going to. We're staying in Cody for. We're staying at this place for till Wednesday, but we're going to be tomorrow. We're doing stuff in Cody, but then Tuesday and Wednesday we're spending in Yellowstone.
What time is it there?
It is 8:50. Do you hear me?
Yeah. It's like 10:50 here. It's dark out.
Yeah. The sun is long gone here.
It's still daylight here. So I'm on literally 24 hours of driving, and I maybe have had 2 hours of sleep in that 24-hour period. And that's not even the driving. I've been up since 7:30 on Saturday morning. I took like an hour and a half nap that afternoon. So I'm sleep deprived, like totally. You guys are all
Probably
quiet.
the best thing for you to do since you're sleep deprived is just drink alcohol. You'll be fine.
Yeah. I told Snob, I said, as soon as he falls asleep, I said, me and Cody's going to go to the bar. He said, no, you're not. You're as tired as I am. I said, good point.
Yeah, I
But,
shouldn't say it's finally long gone because we never really had any sun today. It's been raining like crazy here.
we're supposed to go to the Badlands and that Wall drugstore thing, but we had issues with the truck.
Yeah, Gary was saying he had brake line issue or something.
Yeah, we got off on the scenic overlook off the highway interstate, and when he went to get back on it, he's like, the brakes are acting weird. They went all the way down to the floor, and so we had to get back on the highway because it connected with the interstate, and we got off of the next exit, which is actually the exit you would take to go down to that Badlands entrance. And we got off there, and he checked his brake fluid. It looked fine, and then we realized it was leaking out of the hose on the rear passenger side. It was like rubbing against the tire or something, and it caused a hole in it.
That's with that new used truck?
Yeah.
Yeah, never buy used, always buy new.
Well, he thinks that maybe when he changed the brakes, that maybe when he did the caliper, he may have twisted it to where it was like close to the tire, and maybe it was something he did. And
but if he'd got a new truck before you guys went on your road trip, there wouldn't be a need to do a brake job.
Yeah.
And you'd have free roadside assistance from the manufacturer if you actually had to use it.
Well, I have AAA, so if I had to, I can get towed up to 100 miles.
He bought a Dodge Squib. It would still need fixing even if it was new.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. If it's one of those heavy duty Dodges, you can pretty much drive it with everything on it broken. You're not going to drive very fast, and you're not going to get very good fuel mileage, and it's going to make a lot of noise and whatnot. But it'll get you there. Thing is, though, I'm just saying, don't take a new used vehicle on a road trip. Just go down to the dealer, get yourself something new, then go take the family. It's going to smell like a new car the whole ride. Nothing like breaking in a new car on the Griswold, family vacation.
When I bought my car last year, I probably had it maybe 6 weeks or 2 months whenever we took it to Colorado. And we actually went to Colorado. Then we went to Colorado twice. And the second time we ended up going up to Yellowstone too. And it was a 2013. I bought it for $5,000. I had no issues with it. None. So I think it just depends.
Never buy used.
Well, I don't like to have car payments. Which I'm probably going to buy me a newer. Yeah, I'm probably going to buy me a newer car once I get this class taken and I go back to work. I'll probably take me one. Open it from the inside.
Snob will get you one. He's got the money for it.
Yeah, will you tell him that?
I don't have to. He told me he's got lots of money. So what? He's holding out on you.
You just have to do it from inside. Hey, hang on a sec.
All right. I'm out. See you all later.
Later.
See you later, man. Take care.
Thanks for jumping in, man.
All right, y'all have a good day or rest of the night and good day tomorrow. If you go live, Jason, I'll see you guys there.
All right. See you there. Have a good day.
Peace.
So I was trying to convince Cody to go under the water. She just told me that the water is a little bit chilly.
Oh, the pool snob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got a hot tub over there?
I don't know if they do inside or not, but outside is just the outdoor pool.
All right. Sometimes they got like a hot tub in the corner or something like that.
Push them in.
Well, this is like part of it's part of the Holiday Inn. But but they also have these cabins out back. So we were actually in a cabin. We're not in like the actual hotel room. So we have like a 2-bedroom cabin with 3 beds.
Yeah, when we went to
the hotel.
Oh yeah, Holiday Inn has those kind of places. When we went to Disney World through Make-A-Wish when I was younger, because my brother having leukemia, we went to Disney World through the Make-A-Wish program. The Holiday Inn that they put us in down in Kissimmee, which is right outside of Orlando, you didn't have hotel rooms. You had little cabana houses that were 3 bedrooms with a full kitchen and everything.
See, when we stayed down there, the Holiday Inn we stayed at was across the street, and it had a water park inside restaurants, bar, arcade. It was pretty nice. You didn't really even need to go over to Disney because they had so much stuff at the Holiday Inn, but it was cheaper than staying at the park, and the kids loved it. You know, you get to hang out at Disney all day and then go back to the water park at night.
Well, yeah, this little Holiday Inn village that we stayed in, they had their own private fishing lake. They had a little arcade that was inside of what looked like a train caboose. They had the swimming pool. The arcade was free. You didn't have to pay any money to play the games or anything. And they had the breakfast and everything set up. They didn't have an actual restaurant, but they had like, you know, the continental breakfast kind of thing. So it was a nice setup too. And there were restaurants right there by the place that you could go and eat and whatnot. And you could always go to like the Walmart or whatever and go shopping and, you know, buy food and bring it back to your little cabana house and make dinner like you would if you were at home.
Coca Cabana.
That's what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm. Tell you what, those little houses that they had, I wouldn't mind having one of those now. Those were nice little places. They were 3-bedroom and 2-bathroom, full laundry
See,
facility.
those are the little cabins over there. That's part of the hotel. And then there's all these cabins way over here.
Yeah, the ones that they had down there, it just looked like a small little ranch house, basically.
Hey, I told Cody if I would have had that, I wouldn't have been sleep deprived. Oh, I'm so tired. Cody was dying to go to the pool though, so she couldn't go by herself.
Why didn't Snop drive?
He did drive, but I have issues. I have issues with being able to fall asleep in the car. I've tried several times, and I even ended up getting in the back seat with Cody, and kind of stretched out back there. But I just don't do well sleeping in cars. He probably drove 95% of the time.
Okay, so the fact that you're sleep deprived is 100% on you.
Yes.
You need to get over it.
I try. Did I not try to sleep?
I can't sleep in a moving vehicle either, so don't feel bad.
Well, see,
all right, I'm not giving either one of you a pass. Get over it.
No, I cannot fall asleep in a moving vehicle. I will sit there. I will try to fall asleep in a moving vehicle, and it's just like I just can't do it.
Especially if it's on a curvy road, I get car sick and stuff. And then I had that car wreck when I was 16, and I don't remember a majority of it. No.
So
No.
that car wreck caused a head injury, and that would explain why you fell for Snop.
Actually, all of my injuries were from my head up, actually. So yeah, that probably would explain it. I literally
just not
had
in your right mind being with him.
I literally had, my face was black and blue. I shattered the dash of the truck, and it was one of those old, 70s model truck.
Remember that movie Overboard?
Yeah,
where she had amnesia.
That's how Snob got her.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Hey man, he just called you Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
But yeah, he drove majority of the time. I drove, and stuff, and let him sleep, and he was able to sleep. But I just have trouble sleeping in cars. I try, but
yeah, you just have issues.
Yeah, I just have issues.
I guess.
This
Good to Go convenience store sounds legit.
Yeah, sounds good. I left the kids at the pool because we had to go one to the gas station to get some more ice for the ice chest and a couple things.
They don't have an ice machine?
Well, they kind of frown on that when you're filling up an ice chest with it.
Yeah.
Can you
Let's get on
conceal
phone.
carry there?
I do.
Yeah, we can.
They kind of frown on it. It's never stopped me before.
Well, they recognize our concealed carry
He's
license.
talking about that. He's talking about the ice machine.
Oh, the ice machine. Well, I don't know, but the cabins do. We probably have to go in the hotel to get it.
Yeah, they're in. I see them. They're at the hotel.
We have to go in the actual hotel to get it.
You don't have a refrigerator with an ice maker in your room?
No.
No, they usually, even though a lot of the hotels they have the fridge, but they don't usually have the ice makers.
Did you look in the freezer?
Yeah. Hang on, I'm gonna run in the store, so I'm gonna mute you guys. I'll be back.
Okay.
They're at the come and go, and they're going to get pork rinds.
I don't even know if they're watching still.
They probably sell tacos.
Thank you. Come again. Oh, yeah, I can't do that. That's racist.
Those street tacos Sarge is talking about?
No, those are tamales. Walmart
Yeah, I'm pretty
parking
sure
lot.
I've been in the same Walmart parking lot, and I didn't see anybody selling anything.
Walmart parking lot tamales.
Of course, there's like 13 Walmarts in the valley, so might not have been the same one.
And this guy was calling something else a tamale.
Hot tamale.
It said, hey, you want to buy some meth? Hey, you want to buy some tamales? Wink, wink. Yeah, some random guy walked up to me in a parking lot and wanted me to buy tamales. But again, no. I'm not going there. Now, if there was a food truck set up in the parking lot selling tamales, that might be a different story. But there's some random guy with a baggie full of tamales, and no.
Well, boys, I'm going to have to drop out for the night.
Yeah.
All right.
Later, Jason. Get some sleep.
Yeah, you guys all take care. Misty comes back, tell them enjoy their vacation. And I'll see y'all maybe tomorrow night.
No.
Oh, that shit.
Uh-oh. She just took you.
Nope. You can't leave.
Well, you gotta let this guy go to bed, man. He's sick. He's gonna
No.
work himself to death tomorrow. He's got to get sleep.
No.
You forget who we're talking about. This is the guy where he's gonna kill himself working, and you're not gonna let him go to bed. Come on.
He's in trouble anyway for saying he misses Snob.
Uh-oh.
So what you're saying is you're jealous.
No, he needs to be committed. I mean, who in their right mind is going to miss Snob?
Oh, you can't help what the heart does.
He needs mental help.
So who's gonna miss Snob? Kingpin. Kingpin is going to miss Snob.
Kingpin, we already know he needs mental help. Yeah.
This is true. Yeah, this is true. I mean, he's got to have the ketchup and mustard separate from being put on his burger. He's got to do it himself. So, yeah.
Missing a good Snob song, too.
All right. Well, I guess I'm going to get out of here anyway, since that I'm going to I'm gonna run back into the store and get some more ice, and then I'm gonna go back to the thing, take a shower, and I'm going to bed myself.
Oh yeah. Well, we gotta start wrapping this up anyway. So,
All right.
and Jason said, "Enjoy your vacation."
I plan on throwing Snob off a cliff, so if that happens, I will really, really enjoy it.
Tell Snob to hang on.
Why, you can come get him?
Put him in a bear suit and then push him off and say he tried to attack you. It worked. It worked for that lady in that video. So
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, okay. Well, tell Stop if he goes near cliffs, keep his cell phone on all the time.
tell him to wear a safety line.
Hold on to something, something sturdy.
Well, I'm not telling him that. Guess your son has to text him yourself.
I'll send him a survival pamphlet.
Yeah.
That's it. Let's get out of there.
I forget that this is his. Wrong pen. I left my purse at the cabin, so I'm having to use his card. And he has a different pen than I do.
Just have you say it.
Thank you. So, all right. Well, I will try to. Hopefully, if I have some internet, I'll try and get on some shows or watch some shows or something this week.
Okay.
All right. Have fun.
Yep.
All right, you guys take care.
Bye.
Yep. Enjoy your vacation. So now, you got anything you want to say before you get out of here, Jason?
No, not really. God bless America.
What about you, Squibby? Anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Nah, thanks for the invite. Thanks for keeping me company while I'm at work.
Yep, no problem. And with that, we will bid you all adieu for this week, and we'll catch you later on in the week. I'm sure somebody's going to have a show. If Jason doesn't have one tomorrow because of working himself to death, then I know Rick will definitely have his on Wednesday. So we'll see you then. And everybody have a good night.
Yeah, everybody have a good night and have a good start of the week.
Poor Vanessa, she comes walking in at the end of the show just like last week. Sorry, Vanessa. You want to see what we were talking about? You have to watch the replay.
Yeah. Hi, Vanessa.
Yeah.
Better late than never, though, I guess.
Yeah.
Good night, Vanessa.
Good night, Vanessa.